everyone, I'm Orla Shinaway. Welcome to our virtual 2021 team launch. We had originally planned to host our kickoff for the new season in DSM's actual innovation centre in Limburg in the south of the Netherlands. But of course, the realities of COVID-19 have challenged all of us to be inventive. So we thought, well, we can't be there in person, why not bring DSM's innovation centre to you virtually, all at home? We have lots of exciting, game-changing news coming up, which will explain a little more about why we are here in this fabulous virtual venue. Plus, of course, interviews with the riders who lit up 2020, the new names on the roster, and of course, more about the team's goals for next year and beyond. 2021 is going to be a big year in sport, with many international sports championships, not least of which being the Tokyo Olympics. It also promises to be a fantastic year in professional cycling. Next year, we'll see innovation play a bigger role in sports than ever before, protecting athletes and helping them to perform and recover to the best of their ability will become ever more important. Their passion to win also drives innovation further. And the beauty of innovation in high-performance sport is that often it goes on to benefit people all over the world. So with such a big year coming up, where better for our 2021 team launch than here with Team Sunweb's innovation partner, DSM. Their facility in Limburg is one of the 30 innovation labs of DSM. And on a normal pre-COVID day, around 2,000 passionate scientists work on developing smart solutions in the areas of nutrition, health, and materials. The cutting-edge material technologies and nutritional science developed here has helped propel the team to even better results over the past half-decade of working together. From jerseys with Dyneema to protect against abrasions, to nutritional supplements that help, for instance, the riders to recover faster after a race. Let's take a look at what today's host, DSM, is all about.
It was always like the eager to win. I ended up with Team Sunweb.
I want to be the best I can be. It's one big team all going into one direction.
Team Sunweb is one of the teams that is innovating through science, so this helps eventually the riders.
What's really striking about the world of professional cycling is just how no stone is left unturned when it comes to trying to get an edge and to innovate.
The difference between winning and losing is sometimes really close.
Every marginal gain is, in the end, a bigger gain.
They face a lot of challenges in the area of recovery, performance, protection.
Elite sports people are looking for anything that gives them an edge, that makes a difference. And, it's an increasingly also an innovation opportunity. We co-design our nutrition programs with the Sunweb team. We make sure that we're well aligned on what it is that we want to offer to the riders.
Nutrition is all about the energy that you feed your body. It's something that we discuss together.
For sure you have the bike, but that's not the only thing which matters. You also have your clothing, your helmet, the shoes. This all have big impact on the performance.
Nice example within protected materials. We have the DSM Dyneema fiber. The riders, for some reason, unexpected fall and they have no damages. Maybe some scratches, but no major hurtings.
What personalised nutrition helps us to do is really take the end user by the hand and kind of show them the pathway to what nutrition is beneficial and what specific nutrition to a certain individual would be beneficial.
We talk about care, we talk about collaboration, and we talk about courageous. And with all three, there is a link with Team Sunweb and DSM.
It's really a golden opportunity, a lot of shared values.
By defining new science-based solutions, together you can validate this in the field. You can really do the testing data, and by this together, you really accelerate your innovation.
It's a fantastic opportunity for us to actually co-innovate together and then bring those innovations through that pipeline and ultimately become available for the wider population to benefit from.
really nice to be a part of this team and keep innovating every year. This is actually a never-ending process. It's fundamental of the team, keep challenging.
So that's a little taster of what DSM is all about. And if you haven't had the chance to look around DSM's Virtual Innovation Centre, then I'd highly recommend you do so after the show. You'll get the chance to see many of the brilliant innovations in health and nutrition, as well as in high-performance sustainable materials, which have been used to support the team over the years. Now, before we look ahead to 2021, we can't not talk about what an incredible season 2020 was for Team Sunweb. Starting with an incredible Australian campaign for both men and women, into the classics, through to the Grand Tours and end-of-season races. Let's take a little look at some of the best bits.
Shade.
It's Sunweb who have delivered as a team.
Speed up. You said speed up. I said speed up.
What a year that was. Team Sunweb was the big animator at the Tour de France, stole the hearts of fans all around the world with a racing style combining passion and intelligence. The women were also in winning form all the way through the season, and who could forget the incredible double podium at the Giro d'Italia? Well, I am joined by Tim Vandenberg, International Brand Director of the digital holiday expert Sunweb. Tim, what can we say? It was an incredible season, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an amazing season, not only in terms of results and exposure, but there was really such a positive vibe around the team. And I think the whole season was filled with highlights in the women as well as the men's program, with also many riders who came from the development program towards the World Tour, and even some of them became, let's say, the new stars in the peloton due to their great results. So for us, it was great to see. It was like closing a circle. If you look at in 2016, during the rest day of the Tour de France in Andorra, we announced our title partnership, but at the same time we also presented our 2000 Tage zur Spitze ambition. And actually the thing was we wanted to bring in 2000 days a generation of new riders to the highest level of pro cycling. And actually Team Sunweb already achieved that, and that's really great to see. And that's why I said it's like the circle has been closed. And that makes it also easier for us to do today's announcement in a comfortable and especially a proud way.
Because Tim, you do have a big announcement to make here today. Don't you share our news with us, please?
Yeah, but we have an announcement to make, but let me start with this. In 2017, when we launched Team Sunweb, I already explained that Team Sunweb consists of two words. You have team and Sunweb, and they're equally important. We really started a partnership with shared goals and with the aim to keep strengthening each other. And I think that's something we have been doing for years in a very good way. And Sunweb was not just a sponsor of the team, we really were a partner and the other way around. And let's say that the true partnership was proven, especially the last year, because of course Corona hit us, and yeah, it became a little bit a crossroads. There was a new reality, new perspectives, and of course we still saw the passion of the team to keep innovating and to keep writing history in the world of cycling. And on the other hand, we had to focus really on our core business to make sure we come stronger out of this crisis than we did before. So at the same time, we sat together with the team, and together we actually concluded that, with reasons out of control, that our goals were not so aligned anymore like they were before, and therefore we do today the announcement that Sunweb and the team will remain partners. The team will keep, going for their dreams, but they will not be named anymore Team Sunweb.
That is big news indeed, and I'm sure it's news that many watching weren't necessarily expecting. It does mean we have some more news to come in today's event, some exciting news coming up, so stay tuned for that. But Tim, as you say, it was a strong partnership with the team. It was a partnership that was for an indefinite period of time. It was an incredibly challenging year for everybody. But how did those conversations then with the team go throughout the year?
Yeah, first we're very proud of Team Sunweb. The team feels a little bit like our child, like our baby, and that will stay so forever. But with the reality of COVID-19, the economy was hit in a very hard way, not to mention the travel industry with travel bans, social distancing, COVID-19 restrictions that made it very difficult for people to travel and also for us to organize holidays. So we realized that a shift in our focus was desired, and in order to stay and to keep our company as a future-proof company, we needed to focus on our employees, on our customers, and on our business partners, and that's something we are doing at the moment. And when we talked about the team, about this new reality, actually they really reacted as partners. Say, okay, we're partners. Partners should stand shoulder to shoulder, even in difficult circumstances, not only in the times where everything goes great. So we decided together that we would look for new opportunities, because say, okay, there are a lot of this situation might open doors to new opportunities. So we decided to explore those new opportunities together and see whether it would be possible to find, for example, a major global company to partner up with, or if we should continue as Team Sunweb. And yeah, actually the rest is history. I explained that already in the first part, and I suppose the rest is for about to follow.
Well, I want to bring you back to when you mentioned when you took over the title sponsorship of the team 2016, and you had this ambition. It's 5,000 Tage zur Spitze, 2,000 days to the top. You must be incredibly proud of the fact that you delivered on that promise.
Yeah, of course, we're proud of all the achievements of the team and how they contributed to the success of Sunweb and to our growth. And I'm sure that Team Sunweb's successes will remain great memories forever. And let's say at this moment, I would like to take the opportunity to express some words of admiration to this professional group of people. It's really great people to work with, and you should not underestimate what they achieved the past years. I know that Iwan and his team, they refuse to think in limitation, and they always believe in opportunity. That also made it a good fit with us as a company. Even the last year, they realized to partner up with a AAA brand in these times, so that's something extraordinary. And especially not to forget that while doing that, they also kept full focus on the team. They kept inspiring their whole organization with their, let's say, holy mantra, like use each day to learn and to get better the next day. So that's really something beautiful to see. And then finally, I would also like to congratulate the new big partner of the team. And I can say from experience that it's really a privilege to work with this team, to work with these passionate and talented people, and that their keep challenging spirit is really one of a kind, and it's reflected in everything they do, everything that they bring out, all the communication. So it's really good to see. And I can say for us it has been a great ride on and off the bike. We have tons of respect, and we wish the team good luck for the future.
Well, Tim, it's been a pleasure to watch everything that you've done with the team so far. I can't wait to see what your continued partnership with the squad brings. For now, though, thank you very much indeed. Well, 2021 is set to be an even more exciting year for the team's women's, men's and development programmes. To dream big, to aim high, the team has brought together all they need at their fingertips to meet their ambitions. They have the absolute best of what is available today in terms of technology and equipment inside and out. Now, for the tech geeks amongst our audience, brace yourselves. What you're about to see is something seriously amazing. It really will be a privilege and an honour for the few riders selected to wear the team's distinctive two-striped kit.
From day one, our dreams knew no limits. Commitment, drive, determination. We want to be the best of the best, and we won't stop. We'll always keep going. We'll always keep pushing. We'll always keep challenging. Today we look to the future, where we have even bigger dreams and even better opportunities to take us there. Today is a day where two roads lead to one. A day about ambition, innovation, teamwork, all driven by a dream. Today, a new chapter of our story begins. Meet Team DSM.
Wow, how's about that? Ladies and gentlemen, fans from all over the world, our incredible partners and the international media, welcome to the launch of the newest team in professional cycling, Team DSM. Well, this launch was already far from ordinary by taking place in this incredible virtual venue, but now we have some seriously big news with the launch of Team DSM. Well, while that news sinks in a little, I am joined here by those who've made this partnership happen, the two leaders of this global company, co-CEOs of Royal DSM, Geraldine Matchett and Dimitri de Vries. Welcome to both of you. Congratulations, first of all, on Team DSM. Geraldine, I imagine even for a global company such as DSM, today's quite a big day, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're so excited and proud of becoming strategic partners to the team. Now, it may come as a surprise for some who maybe didn't realize that we've actually already been partners for nearly half a decade. Now, as a company, we just love to use our science, the science of nutrition and the science of materials, to create what we call brighter lives for all. But when it comes to athletes, we know that they want to be the best that they can be, both inside and out. Now, when it comes to inside, we think about nutrition, and we are the world leaders when it comes to making food nutritious. And of course, nutrition is essential for top athletes. And then on the outside, we have a long history of high-end performance materials, which have been used by the team already for quite a while. So we're super excited on that front. Now, today, there's also something a bit bigger. We really think that cycling is a beautiful symbol for our values, because we are a company that really thinks about a healthy planet and healthy people. And in that sense, we are really so happy to see that cycling, if we look at the stats, is just growing and growing around the world. Not only because it's an ecologically friendly way of transport, but it's also a good way of staying fit. And therefore, we hope that this partnership will help us put our message across about our values to the bigger public as well. So excited on the innovation and excited because it matches our values.
Dimitri, there is so much to go through with this partnership. As Geraldine said, you've been partnered with the team for almost half a decade, so people watching may have heard of DSM, but tell us a little more. Where can we find your products?
And like Geraldine said, we are a company which focuses on bright science, brighter living. And within that context, we have products in nutrition, health and sustainable living. And let me give you a few examples just to get a bit of a feel. So in the nutrition space, we are definitely a key leader in supplying ingredients in the vitamin space, probiotics, but also the omega-3s. So it helps your immune system, it helps your gut health. Then also in the animal nutrition space, we supply algae-based fish oil. So normally you would fish algae-based fish oil from the ocean. We do it in the algae-based fermentative process and then feed it to the salmon. And therefore the salmon get a higher nutrition value. So that also helps human beings to be more healthy. So healthy for people, healthy for planet. And then last but not least, sustainable living, our materials business. Almost in every mobile phone in the world, you will see connectors, materials from DSM. It's pretty amazing. You also see Dyneema being in several end-use applications. One is in the jersey of the team DSM. We'll come back to that later. And lastly but not least, we also look at bio-based solutions. So we look at recycling, we look at bio-based materials where our products are made of, also to be sustainable and responsible to our planet.
Feels like a very modern, very relevant partnership in that respect. And I understand that DSM are also passionate about connecting with your employees as well as your customers in the outside world. So how do you plan to use Team DSM in that respect?
I mean, Team DSM is a fantastic fit. Not only on the product, so what do we do? What do we make? And I gave you a few examples. So it will help nutrition, it will help the riders to get the right materials to perform at their best. But what is also important is the values. What do we stand for? And therefore, the team of Ivan and the now Team DSM reflects those values. For us, it's important in our culture to be courageous, to be caring, and to be collaborative. I mean, those words apply so naturally also to the new Team DSM. It is, in that sense, a perfect partnership.
And Geraldine, what about science and innovation then? Because it seems that elite sport goes hand in hand perfectly with the latest technology and technological advances.
Yeah, absolutely. And we love to keep innovating. So as I mentioned earlier, we really are a science-based company. And to give you a little bit of an idea, about 2 billion of our sales every year are linked to recent innovations out of the 10 billion that the company generates. And we have about 2,000 scientists in 30 locations around the world, pushing and challenging the R&D to make sure that we find great solutions for the kind of problems that the world is facing. And some of them are to do with nutrition and others to do with materials. And in that sense, I would say the team is in good hand when it comes to innovation and always pushing, which, by the way, matches nicely, of course, with the team's keep challenging philosophy.
And I think for anyone who's watching this launch and maybe had heard of DSM before may have thought of them as a chemical company. But from what you're saying, from what Dimitri's saying, it sounds like a very different kind of business today, is it?
Yeah, I mean, DSM has evolved a lot over the years. And actually, probably even here in the Netherlands, where we've been headquartered always, not many people realize that today we are 80% a nutrition and health company, and we have a leading position in biotechnology. So indeed, we have evolved a lot, but there is something that is just who we are and will never change. And that is that we are what we call a triple P bottom line company. People, planet, profit. We care about it all. And we take each of these elements as seriously as the other. In fact, we like to call ourselves purpose-led and performance-driven. And that is something that we also recognize very much in the team here today. So that's a great fit.
And Dimitri, you've mentioned a few of them already, but give us a few concrete examples of how the power of innovation can bring real benefits to Team DSM.
I like how you said that, the power of innovation, because that's how we feel. We feel an innovation powerhouse with the science and all the people close to the market to innovate what matters. So for the Team DSM, we're going to develop sports nutrition specifically for that team. With our scientific know-how, with our application know-how, we're going to put ingredients in the sports nutrition for them to excel. Secondly, we're going to use our materials business. We're going to use Dyneema in the clothing. So we're going to develop clothing tailored for all riders to be safe, but also comfortable. And then last, but certainly not least, we are strong in bioscience. We are strong in digital science. We blend them together to be personalized nutrition. So we're going to work with the whole team to personalize that nutrition ingredient so that kid could be at their best at every race.
Producing your own nutrition, your own clothing, it sounds like an absolute win-win. Geraldine had mentioned that you are a purpose-led, performance-driven company. Now, explain to us, what does that mean and how does that apply to Team DSM?
Yeah, within the company, we use very frequently the words courageous, caring, and collaborative. And we feel that is describing a little bit on who we want to be. In the context of that if you have capability to do things, you also have responsibility to do things. And we're going to apply these principles and that culture onto the Team DSM in the cycling world as well.
Can you elaborate a little bit further on that then?
I think there are a few things which are important. One is safety. We'll come back to that later. But also doping. So we will continue the fight against doping because we feel doping is not ethical. It's in the way for fair competition. And by the way, it's also proven not being healthy. So we have a role to play. And together with the team, we will help NADO, the Dutch authority for doping tests and doping regulations, to intensify the frequency of the testing, because that's also who we are. Secondly, what we also look at is that we will work with many people in the team to continue signing what they call the code of conduct. And the beauty is, within DSM, we have our own business code of conduct. All employees sign this business code of conduct. And the Team DSM already voluntarily signed up to that code of conduct in the cyclist world. And I think that again shows the natural symbiosis of DSM and Team DSM.
I mean, extra money, extra finances for more testing sends an incredibly powerful message to the entire sport and beyond, Geraldine. In what other ways do you intend as a company to try to progress the sport of cycling?
Yeah, there are other aspects that are very close to our values and to also our competences. And firstly, safety. Now, we do come from indeed a chemical background where safety is absolutely paramount. And it is something that we just cannot ignore or even be slightly weak on. So we really want to work with the team to enhance safety for the riders, partly through the clothing. We've talked about the Dyneema that's embedded in the clothing that doesn't rip, which is great, but also helping the conversations when there are meetings with the union about the race organizers, etc., just making sure that we keep upping the level of safety for everyone, the riders, the people in the car, the general public. So safety is definitely something that we would like to get engaged on. The other one is sustainability. Now, you will have picked up for now that the planet matters, and here, when it comes to the organizing of events, one can think of maybe improving a little bit the footprint of some of the events, whether it's how the teams get to the location, how the fans get there, how they consume during the event. So sustainability, another big angle. And maybe the last one is that we are indeed a collaborative company, and we do feel that the voices of everyone in the sport should be heard on some of these big topics like the doping challenge or sustainability or safety. And we would love to see the voices of the teams, of the riders, be elevated in those debates so that all voices get heard.
Well, fingers crossed, I think you'll have an awful lot of support in those endeavours. Dimitri, I just want to finish off by asking, you two lead a global company, and it's about leading a team who are working together for a common goal. What kind of parallels do you see with what you do on a daily basis and what Team DSM will be doing?
I see many parallels, but just mention a few. I mean, I talked about courageous, caring, collaborative. So let's take these three. Geraldine and myself started as co-CEO mid of February, right? And people were looking at it, are you, the two of you, going to be CEO? That's a weird setup, right? And we said, hey, we feel it's rather courageous that we are willing to combine our strength for the benefit of the company. And we see that philosophy also applied for the Team DSM, because you need to be courageous to really have optimal performance. Secondly, caring. We are two co-CEOs, so we can take turns. If I'm a bit tired, Geraldine steps up, and the other way around. In the Team DSM, it's exactly the same. You can never be all the time at your best. You need your teammates just to support going forward. And then last but not least, collaboration. I think we fully understand that we are two out of 23,000 employees. You cannot be successful alone. You are successful with the whole group, the whole team. And that philosophy applies so beautifully to Team DSM.
I love that message. You two are very good at this. Wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. Congratulations on the launch of Team DSM. Let's now hear from Team DSM's performance team with Head of Coaching Rudy Kemna and Head of Science Narelle Newman for the plans for 2021 for Team DSM.
Hi, my name is Narelle Newman. I'm Head of Science and a member of the performance team in Team DSM. I lead a team of experts and scientists and also manage our innovation projects. Especially in these times, organisations that are able to innovate better than their competitors can make the real difference, and that's especially the case in elite sports. We bring together scientific knowledge and expertise in areas such as nutrition, training, aerodynamics, biomechanics and data, and ensure that these are effectively implemented right across our team and with our riders so that we can really make the difference and develop as rapidly as possible. For 2021, we'll continue with key projects in areas in nutrition, clothing and equipment. The launch of Team DSM means more revolutionary projects, including two big new initiatives. Firstly, our nutrition team, together with specialists at DSM, are developing personalised and sustainable sports nutrition products using the latest science, data insights and the newest ingredients in close collaboration with our sports nutrition partner, Sarnis. Secondly, in collaboration with DSM, the team has initiated the development of our very own racewear. This means effectively stepping away from commercial brands to develop the best and fastest race clothing without compromise. The goal here is to make new standards in protective racewear, and we will be developing our own bespoke line which includes the best possible fabrics, including a number of DSM technologies that make the next steps in performance. The clothing will be developed and produced at our technology partner BioRacer, who have the state-of-the-art technology and facilities required to design and deliver these products at the new state-of-the-art level. Meanwhile, we're continuing to develop our high-performance environment at our Keep Challenging Centre and campus in the Limburg region, Dreiland region. Here, a growing number of riders are continuing to develop into mature athletes, living and working in a high-performance environment with a range of specialists where they have access to a wide range of facilities. We want to teach them to give to their environment exactly what they receive: inspiration, commitment and motivation through the highs and the lows. The Keep Challenging Centre is also our innovation home. It's where we implement many of our projects for the first time. Whether it's a new personalised algorithm for nutrition or prototype equipment, here is the place where we monitor, learn and keep getting better. It's all part of our Keep Challenging philosophy.
Ik ben Rudy Kemna, Head of Coaching en ook onderdeel van het performance team. Vervolgens ben ik verantwoordelijk voor het aansturen en coördineren van onze coaches. En de coaches die zorgen voor de ontwikkeling van onze renners. Om te functioneren in onze moderne topsportcultuur. De samenwerking op het gebied van experts, samen met de renners. En daar is de coach heel erg belangrijk voor om dat in goede banen te leiden. Ja, dit afgelopen jaar was natuurlijk een succesvol jaar. Het was een jaar waar we veel overwinning hebben gehaald. Maar naast de overwinning is het ook heel belangrijk dat we een volgende stap hebben gezet in het proces om de samenwerking en de ontwikkeling van de renners op een hoger peil te krijgen. Het doel bij de dames is om voor het komende jaar bij de top te blijven horen. Bij de heren willen we vooral werken met ons klassieke blok, waar we al veel succes mee hebben gehad. Daarnaast hebben we een sprint en de sprinttrein die we willen verder ontwikkelen. Daarnaast is de ontwikkeling ook voor de jonge GC-renners, waar we veel aandacht op willen vestigen. In de Grand Tours zullen we dit jaar opnieuw gaan voor dagsucces. Met onze manier van koersen in een blok denken we zeker overwinning binnen te kunnen halen. Daarnaast ontwikkelen en verder het begeleiden van de GC-renners.
Really interesting directions there from Rudy and Narelle about Team DSM's performance plans for 2021 and beyond. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, a catch-up with the riders for the 2021 season. I'm joined here in the studio by Kees Bol, Floortje Mackay and Casper van Uden, looking wonderful in the new kit. So let's get a quick look at everyone together for the first time as Team DSM. Well, this year we can't all be here in person, but we have the rest of the team's roster joining us live on a video call. Have a look at this. Say hello, everyone. It's like being in a game show. How wonderful. We'll have a chat with the guys at home shortly. But first, let's start with Floortje here in the studio. Floortje, how has your off-season been? How's things?
Hi, thank you. Actually, it's a strange year, a strange season, and also a bit a strange off-season, but I enjoyed my days off, so it was a good holiday.
You've been with this team since turning pro, haven't you? How exciting is the news today about Team DSM?
Yeah, it's super exciting. It's a great big company with a lot of good products what can help us. And yeah, I'm here since 2013, so since Argos Shimano has been a very long time, but the team really feels like a family for me, and with all the experts in the team, I know they can help me to get out the best of myself, and with a great team behind it.
And it's a team you've been thriving in. 2 podiums at the Classics in 2020. Did it live up to expectation for you?
So I started on a super high level in the beginning of last year, or like this year, and then the Corona time came, was a bit strange, and to start up again was for me a little bit hard, but then I got some good results in the Spring Classics and growing into the season, but I think we had a strong team last year still.
And what about 2021 then? Looking ahead, what are your goals? What are your expectations for next year?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to next year, and especially to the Spring Classics. We have a super young team with a lot of talents, with Lorena Wiebes as a strong sprinter coming, but also with Liane Juliette, who were there from the beginning. So I think we can show some good results, and with some other more young riders like Francisca and Vijver, Wilma, and also Megan as a new rider. I think we can show something really nice, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, best of luck with it, Floortje. We'll be speaking to Lorena and Liana a little bit later. But first of all, let's head over to the guys team when we can have a chat with a few of the riders virtually. We'll start with Mark Hirschi. Mark, how are you? Where are you in the world at the moment?
I'm actually in Gran Canaria at the moment and enjoy the weather and also prepare for the new season.
Well, we'll get on to the new season in a bit, but we cannot have you here without talking about the Tour de France this year. What a race that was for you. What a 3 weeks for all of us following along at home as well. There were highs, there were lows, which we all felt along with you. Tell us a bit more about your tour and whether it's all sunk in yet.
Yeah, actually it was 3 weeks really intense, but wonderful. Yeah, I never expect a performance like this. So actually also the lows are still actually highlights for me. And what I can say is, yeah, it was a short 3 weeks I will never forget.
That's really interesting. You say that your lows were also your highlights. What were the moments from the Tour de France that really stand out for you?
Yeah, for sure the win, the victory I get. But also the moment I arrived in Paris was really nice. The lows when I have to point out is probably on stage 2 when I get second. I was also close to the yellow jersey. Yeah, when I have to point out something, then it will be this moment.
It was a beautiful moment, though, wonderful to watch. And for 2021, what can we expect from you there?
Actually, I want to keep improving my performance, and I will focus on hard classics. And I would really like to do a Grand Tour and then focus on stages.
We can't wait to see it, Mark. Thank you very much indeed. We'll head back to the studio now where we can chat to Kees. Kees, how are you?
Good, thanks. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. Delighted to be here. Let's talk about your season. It feels like you really confirmed yourself among the very best sprinters in the world. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was nice, of course. It's something you aspire to be counted amongst, and then yeah, this year we made it happen.
And what are your goals for next year as part of Team DSM now?
Yeah, I think last year being really close to a stage victory in the Tour. For next year will be a great goal for me to fight for a Grand Tour stage victory.
Okay, well, you brought it up then. We're going to talk about that stage of the Tour de France, stage 5. You came so close. It was a wonderful team effort. When you look back on that second place now, how do you feel? Do you feel still a little bit disappointed at not getting across the line first, or proud of your effort on that day?
Yeah, definitely a bit disappointed still. But yeah, I can also be super proud on the team, how we rode there, how we made the perfect lead out basically. But being so close is still a bit disappointing.
Still plenty to fight for, it's good.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent, Kees. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we can get a word now with Jai Hindley. Jai, where in the world are you?
I'm just in Girona at the moment.
Just in Girona. I'm sure you're quite the hero at home now, are you, after that incredible performance at the Giro d'Italia this year?
Yeah, not too sure about that, but yeah, the support from back home in Oz was really nice, and yeah, super appreciated.
Yeah, is it strange not being able to get home and enjoy and celebrate with everyone back in Australia after that incredible 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's also been a pretty weird year, but yeah, I think it'd be pretty strange not being 40 degrees at Christmas more than anything.
Yeah, it's a little bit different for us up here. What about the Giro then? You had that remarkable performance on the Stelvio. You rode into Milan in the pink jersey, ultimately finishing in second. So many mixed emotions. How have you managed to process that now at this stage?
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty overwhelming at the time, and still is a bit, I guess. But yeah, I'm still sort of sinking in, really. But no, it was a pretty crazy 3 weeks there, and yeah, it was just a roller coaster.
And as you say, it is still sinking in. So can you cast your head forward yet to 2021? What can we expect from you next year?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I really want to keep building on becoming a GC rider in the Grand Tours, and yeah, also really need to work on my time trial as well. But yeah, I think that'll be my main focuses for next season.
It wasn't too shabby a time trial all the same, Jai. Best of luck. It's been a joy to watch you this year. Thank you. Let's get to Lorena then. Hello, Lorena. It was your first half year with the team this year. A very impressive one at that. How have you settled in so far?
It was quite easy to settle in. And yeah, it's a really nice team. And we have, it was really easy. And yeah, nice girls and a nice group to work with. So, yeah.
And I guess winning makes it slightly easier as well, doesn't it? Out of the 9 race days for the team in 2020, you took 3 wins. How does it feel to have started with the team so well?
Of course, it was one of my goals to win as much as possible in this short and crazy season. And also to win as much as possible with the other girls. And it was actually really nice to have some lead outs and yeah, getting better in the lead out. And yeah, it was really nice.
And I guess 2021 will be a little bit more settled for you in the sense that at least you're staying with the one team for the whole year. And what a team it is. What will be your main goals for next season?
Well, the sprint races and classics will fit me the best. So I will aim for that. And again, yeah, get much wins as possible. And also to maybe also in a support role to get more in that. So win as much as possible with the team.
And Lorena, I've got to ask you while you're here, I love that video you did with the team earlier in the year. How's the boat? Do you get it out much in the winter?
Now it's out of the water, so it's way too cold to go out. And yeah, it says now his winter sleep, so it's getting out of in the summer again. Yeah.
It's in hibernation. I'm with you. We'll leave the water for the summer and the spring. Thank you very much, Lorena. And we've got Tish with us as well. Hello, Tish. Your first year with the team in 2020. And again, what a year it was. A stage win at Paris-Nice, 2nd overall in the GC, part of that incredible Tour de France team. And of course, top 10s at Liège and Flanders. I mean, that's quite a first season, isn't it?
Yeah, I was really happy immediately in the team. Also, everything was like I expected it to be, what I wanted it to be. So I'm really happy with the new environment I came in. And that's also why I re-signed that early in the year, I would say.
Yeah, you reaffirmed your commitment to the team, didn't you, already in August by renewing your contract. You'll be a Team DSM member in 2021 and 2022. So what do you think of the news here today? It must be quite exciting to be a part of, is it?
Yeah, for sure. It's really good news to have such a global company as the name part, I would say, in these really uncertain times, difficult times for cycling. So I would say big respect for the team management to set it up in these times.
Absolutely. Well, let's look ahead to next season for you then. What will be your focus for the year?
Yeah, normally it will be again the classics, the sprint classics, and then a Grand Tour. Either the Tour or the Giro, and also a few stage races just to step up. We have a multi-year plan in my GC abilities there, so try to improve my TT and my climbing. Yeah.
Best of luck, Tish. Can't wait to see it. Back to the studio now, then we're going to have a little chat with Casper. Thanks for joining us, Casper. And a phrase we haven't mentioned yet, Development Team DSM. How exciting is it to be a part of that?
Yeah, it's super excited to be part of Team DSM. I did some of the photo and video shoots with the team over the past week, so I got to put on a new jersey and give the new bike a little test ride. So I'm super excited for next year with Development Team DSM.
Yeah, because for everyone else, it was their first chance to get the kit on today. You've already had it on. You've been on the Scott bike. How's the equipment been?
Yeah, the kit is amazing, and it's so special for a team to make their own clothing from now on. And yeah, the bikes are just amazing too, and everything is on the highest level. So it's really nice.
And you had quite a season as well, didn't you? You're part of the winning team time trial squad at the Tour de l'Isère. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was really nice. Of course, it's special to win a TTT. It's a full-on team effort. So we, together with all the boys and all the stuff that were there, we were just super happy. And yeah, we had trained for it, and we wanted to win, and to then do it is just it's a really nice feeling.
Casper, you're more of a classics rider, I guess, a sprinter. The development team is aimed at bringing you towards the World Tour. That means dreams, that means ambitions. What would be your dream race to win at this stage, do you think?
As a fast guy or as a classic guy, it's nice to win one of the monuments, of course. And a stage in the Tour, I think it's every kid's dream that wants to become a pro cyclist. So definitely a stage in the Tour.
And what about the rest of the development team then? It's been strengthened, the roster, for next year. We've got 3 more German riders, so a very international feel. And some of the best under 23 talent in the world on your squad. What's that like? I guess it's encouraging, but also a bit of a challenge for you, is it?
I think it's really motivating. At least it motivates me, and I think the other guys as well, because you bring each other to a higher level, and I think that's what a development team should do, to get you ready and to motivate each other and get the best out of yourself and out of the others.
And Casper, you guys are some of the lucky few to benefit from the Keep Challenging Centre in the Drylander region in Limburg. Next level cycling facilities there. What's that experience been like for you?
I think it's amazing to have such facilities at your reach, and with all the experts that come around with nutrition, with training, with the bikes. Yeah, I think it's just super special and really amazing, I would say.
We can't wait to watch your development, Casper. Thank you very much indeed. I think we can have a word with Liana next. What a year 2020 has been for you, Liana. Best under 23 rider in the peloton. Congratulations on that, first of all.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy to take home the blue under 23 jersey this year. And yeah, this was really a team effort. So the girls did an amazing job in supporting me, and we went for every point I could reach, and yeah, it was an amazing season for me.
You have been part of this team since 2017. We've been watching you grow in stature over the last few years, and it feels like 2020 was a big, I don't know if it's a breakthrough year, but certainly a year where your name was known to a much wider audience than before. How does that feel for you now?
Yeah, exactly. I would also say it's kind of a breakthrough year. So yeah, really all riders start really to notice me and look at me in the races. I could also feel that. And yeah, it's great to see my development in the team since 2017. And yeah, that only shows me the trust from the team and how we work together. And I can be really happy with.
That's something special to be part of. How did things look for you in 2021 then with the women's programme? What can we expect from all of you?
Yeah, like every year we are aiming to be the best women's team in the world. And I think now as Team DSM, yeah, we're going to show something nice.
And I've got a question, not so much about you, but about Nicholas Markle, your boyfriend. He's currently on the development programme, promoted to the World Tour for next year. You must be super proud to see that as well, are you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm really proud about that. We both came in the team in our first year, so it's we both grew up in this team, and it's nice to see that he made the step now as well.
Brilliant, Liana. Thank you so much. Good luck for next year. Let's have a chat with Soren then, if we can. Soren, are you currently at home in Denmark, or are you in France? Where are you in the world?
Hello, I'm at home in Monaco, so I'm not really in Denmark. I go there for Christmas.
Nice. You're having a warm Christmas then, for now at least, to build up. How are you spending your winter?
I had 3 weeks of off-season, no training, but now since, I think, 3 weeks or 3.5 weeks, I'm training, busy building up for next year.
Well, before we talk about next year, I have to ask about the Tour from this year. An incredible performance from all of you over there, but yourself certainly one of the standouts. How do you reflect on that Tour de France now?
I think a lot worked out for the team. We had a really nice group there, and of course happy for my victories, but I think as a team we rode exceptional, and we also showed it, and it paid off.
Yeah, it was an exceptional 3 weeks. It was just wonderful to watch. But 2020 was not only success at the Tour de France for you, you also had wins at the time trial, at the Big Bank Tour and at Paris-Nice. I mean, that's quite an extra add-on or two for your palmarès, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. I'm also super happy about my TT wins, both World Tour wins. So for me, it was, overall just a super great year. And I hope to pick it up again next year. Yeah.
Okay, let's get excited about next year then, shall we? 2021, what will we see from you? More of the same?
I hope to be more consistent and, of course, try to win some races. But first goal will be the classics with the team and to see what we can do there, and then to ride a Grand Tour and, keep working on my TT. So a bit the same, but I would like to be more consistent, of course.
Brilliant. Well, best of luck to that, Soren. Thank you. Let's chat to Nikias now then. Nikias, you are road captain here with the team. So I'd like to talk a little bit, if you don't mind, about DSM's motivations to work on sustainability, rider safety, governance, and of course the additional independent anti-doping procedures. As a rider, what do all of those things mean to you?
Yeah, I think 2020 was a year where we saw more than before that these topics need more room in cycling and need also to be discussed. And it's really cool to be already in a team which takes that very serious and is not just focusing on sportive goals. And now we bring it actually one step further with representing a company which takes responsibility, takes that challenge and sees us as a person, as a rider. And I think that is really cool, new in cycling. And that is something where we all look forward to.
And what about the new clothing then and the nutrition products? How cool are they?
Yeah, it's really cool. And I think it's something new in cycling as well, that we have it in-house. We can react on things, develop our own nutrition, develop our own clothing. And if we need to improve or if there's something new on the market, we can react really quick on it. And that is something where we can benefit from.
So what about the year that's just been then? What was your personal highlight from 2020?
Yeah, it was a really special year, I would say. And I'm really proud on how we handled it. I mean, we always stick to our goals. We stick together as a team. We had a lot of contact throughout the year. And that made it possible that when we restarted, had a lot of success, and my personal highlight was definitely then the Tour de France, how we raced as a team, really open and aggressive together as a team, and that brought us 3 victories, which was definitely my highlight over the year.
And Nikias, you're another rider who's extended your contract for another 2 years, and in 2021 you're going into your 8th season with the team. What are your ambitions for the year ahead?
I think it's actually my 9th season which I'm starting, but I'm focusing again on being a road captain, which also means that I'm working closely and try to support our younger guys. Next to that, I also focus again on our lead-out trains and also on Grand Tours. That's something what I really like, and that will be the focus as well on.
Nikias, thank you. 8, 9, who's counting? At least you've still got ambitions. It's good to hear. We have got a Team DSM newbie next. Romain is here. Romain, bienvenue. One of the new big names for the men's programme. A huge signing for the team next year. How do you feel about joining the team?
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, I'm really happy to be joining the team. It's really an incredible opportunity for me to really take those next steps in my development as a rider, and I'm really motivated with my new environment and to also put my full trust in the people around me.
And Romain, we're having to do our introductions here remotely. Normally, of course, the team meeting in October is the first chance to meet the team for newcomers, but this was, of course, held digitally this year. How did you experience that? I guess you're looking forward to getting to know everyone properly in person, are you?
Yeah, absolutely. I had a first really good experience getting to know even virtually everyone, all the people that who made this team so successful, and now I can't wait to meet them properly because it will mean that we'll be really closer to the races, and so I can't wait.
Already looking forward to the next season. Well, you've got an incredible palmarès already, of course. Great results all round, also in the classics. What will be your goals for 2021? Or what can you tell us at least about what your goals will be for the year ahead?
Yes, our first focus is just to really getting back to the basics. we want to take a step back and really look where I can really improve on the details. I think at this stage of my career that can really make the difference. And for sure, I will target also some classics, and we will see which of the Grand Tour will suit best at my abilities at this stage of the season. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to start racing with the team.
Romain, away from racing itself, you're very interested in the outdoors. You enjoy being in nature, not just on the bike, but going for hikes as well. What is it about the outdoors that you like so much?
Yeah, I like the feeling, of being free. Sometimes even getting wild again, working in the nature. I'm lucky enough to live in a beautiful area with volcano around, and for me, it's the perfect place to enjoy the living, and also helps me a lot to reshare the battery between the races.
And Romain, I understand you have a bit of a passion for sustainability. The world around us is, of course, changing. There is no denying that. How do you think cycling as a sport fits into protecting our climate and also as a means of keeping people healthy?
Yeah, I think it's really a no-brainer that getting more people on the bikes will help in more than one way. And I think it really helps people to keep healthy, also in the mind and also for the body. And it's also the most sustainable method of transport. So I think with also bike racing, we can help to promote the development as the bike, as cycling for sustainability and the way of living also.
Amen to that, Romain. Thank you for your time, and thank you to all of you for joining us from your homes and, of course, here in the studio. We cannot wait to see what the next year brings. Ladies and gentlemen, Team DSM 2021. Well, as you can see, the riders have had to leave the studio very quickly to get ready for the afternoon's interviews for the rest of today's launch day. And I'm delighted to say we're joined by Team DSM's CEO, Ivan Spakenbrink. Ivan, welcome. What a day.
Yes, absolutely. It's a big, big day.
Now tell me, this has been such a year, such a journey for you, hasn't it? Pre-COVID, the season had started so well. Then we had the Worlds, and cycling included in that, brought to a standstill. Then you had this, I guess, unexpected conversation with Sunweb. Do you continue as Team Sunweb, or do you work towards your dream of bringing on board a big global company? Now, Tim from Sunweb said something earlier that I wanted to mention, and he said when you had that conversation that your reaction was absolutely remarkable, and he said that partners stand shoulder to shoulder even in the difficult times. That's quite something, isn't it?
And it's very nice of Tim to say such a thing. Yes, indeed. When we enter into a partnership, it's a true partnership in the full meaning standing shoulder to shoulder in the good times and in the challenging times. And top sports is basically about two things: about creating the ideal circumstances that we can work at the best, which is needed. And the second thing, to elevate from talented sports to real top sports, is when unexpected challenges cross your path, that we better deal with it than our competitors. Well, Sunweb, they supported us, they enabled us to keep creating the ideal circumstances so that we could work perfectly. Perfect facilities, perfect circumstances, a good organization, and even up to a point that where we have arrived today, that we have an absolute high-performance organization of the highest standards. And then COVID-19 came, and it became obvious that Sunweb had to shift its focus to navigate through this crisis and get stronger out of it than before. And for us, this was a challenge, and that's the second element of elite sports, to better deal with challenges which cross your path, unexpected challenges. And it was clear that we wanted to stand shoulder to shoulder with Sunweb. And at the same time, we had this little voice in the back of our head that one day we wanted to partner up with a big global company to write our next part of our history and to keep growing step by step and to be relevant in the world of sports and even beyond. So obviously, this was somewhat of a bigger challenge after the outbreak of Corona and the uncertainty across the world. But looking at all interests at stake then, there was only one way, and it's in line with our philosophy. Face the challenge, take it on, believe in the dream and make it happen, only faster and better.
Such powerful words, Ivan, and what an incredible achievement to do all of this completely out of sight. While all of this was happening, you were still managing to lead the team with such passion and such success. It's almost like you were living in two worlds in the last year, one at the elite level of high performance sport and the other realising what was essentially the partnership of your dreams. It must have been quite surreal doing those two in parallel, was it?
Yeah, it was in that perspective quite an exciting year. But in the end, it was about keeping our cool and influencing that what we can influence. And within the team, we focused on all getting better, all improving, the people on the bike, the people off the bike. And to do that, focus on the essence, people committing to each other. There is a lot of inspiration, a lot of know-how, a lot of expertise that people get, and it's also important that people have the ability to inspire and empower the people around them to take their part of the responsibility. And once that commitment was there, we all elevated to a next level, both the people on the bike and off the bike. And the nice thing of that mindset is that also quicker new insights, new ideas, new technology can be implemented, and that again gives a competitive edge. And it just paid off. In the beginning of the year already in Australia, our women's program had a really good start of the year. And then after, just before lockdown, the classics went well. And after lockdown, the trend just continued. A good Tour de France, a good Giro, and so on. And at the same time, it was sometimes demanding to put the focus and put the energy and the passion actually to work with our performance team, who are working with our coaches and our specialists to keep focusing on the essence. And at the same time, it was out of sight of everybody, almost a complete different world to keep working in all silence, on an amazing partnership with an incredible company. Looking back, you can only look positive at it. It's an absolute privilege to work with the people in the team who are so passionate, who don't want to be just a team and in routine run a program. They really want to get better every day, learn every day, improve for the next day, and so on. And at the same time, be able to achieve such an amazing partnership at this scale, with Royal DSM.
Yeah, it was a challenge on so many levels, and yet here we are today with the reward, essentially, which is bringing this major global company into the very heart of cycling. That's quite something, isn't it?
It's an absolute dream. Many years ago, we already identified that this big company, there are so many areas where we can work on with Royal DSM in the field of elite sports, in professional cycling, and also beyond. It just sort of still has to sink in that this big partner is now behind us in this incredible way.
So what were all the reasons then that you wanted to work specifically with DSM? Why is this your dream partnership? What can they bring to you as a team?
DSM's business is about nutrition and health and sustainable materials. And those two areas are absolutely key in professional road cycling. Road cycling is an absolute and tough endurance sport. Lots of energy is being spent, and that very carefully needs to be refilled with the best nutrition and to keep the athletes healthy. And at the same time, we race on the most advanced bikes and the best technology. So in both areas, DSM can play a big role, and our specialists are already working with DSM and together with our nutrition partner, our equipment partner, to set new standards. And with the involvement of DSM, we will definitely be able to set new standards. And then if you take one step back from professional road cycling in the bigger scheme, we believe that DSM also plays an example for the other big global companies. Of course, DSM's business is to contribute to their growth, but they have this beautiful guiding principle that their business should also contribute to the health of people and the health of a sustainable world. And the bike can play a powerful symbolic role in contributing to health of people and a sustainable world. And we really like to help DSM in bringing that message. And that way, for a sports team like us to elevate our relevance from exciting fans all over the world to contributing and supporting DSM, to contribute to the big global teams, to the health of people and to a sustainable world, has always been our ambition, and we are very keen to support them. DSM has this beautiful team, the best we all can be inside and out. And it actually has two layers. The one obviously is their business, the nutrition and the health inside, and the most advanced materials, sustainable materials, the outside that we use every day. But the second layer obviously is DSM's business has to contribute to their growth, but also contributing to better health of people, offering solutions, and a more sustainable world. And to achieve both elements, it requires that all of us are the best that we all can be. And that's something where we absolutely like to follow DSM in their mission.
It sounds like the absolute perfect partnership. I mean, I can see why the entire team, and you in particular, Ivan, are so excited about this. You mentioned the bike, the equipment. We've now seen the bike. It's very special to look at least. When it comes to the riders, they'll be wearing this iconic two-stripe jersey, now with the colourful DSM swirl as well. What kind of a privilege will it be for your riders in that kit on this piece of equipment?
Yes, we believe so. And let's use today not the word dream too much, but let's use it one more time. We are some years now in the peloton, and to race the machines, the fast machines of Scott, and to drive the fleet of Volvo, it's been a long-standing dream for our team, and definitely it's a long-cherished personal dream. And when the opportunity came by, we just didn't hesitate. And for us, and for our specialists to work with Scott and to work with their engineering team, and now also with DSM involved, also working with Shimano and with other absolute premium components. Also in the field of equipment and technology, we are really about to embark on a very beautiful and special journey.
Of course, Ivan, dreams don't just come true. They take an awful lot of hard work. Both you and the team have sometimes been working day and night to make this come to fruition, and you're in the seemingly perfect place going into 2021 now in terms of equipment setup and your sponsor. We're coming to the end of our launch of Team DSM. Any final words for you as we look ahead to 2021?
Well, you already summarized it perfectly, Orla. Thanks. This team can work from an incredible basis. A fantastic group of highly skilled, very committed, passionate people. An amazing partnership with full commitment at this scale, and the best and the fastest technical setup out there. There's really nothing more to add, except maybe that we are really looking forward to put the wheels in motion and make some impact in the cycling world and beyond.
We cannot wait to see what the team can do. Thank you, Ivan. It's been an absolute privilege to share your joy today. I know you've got to get off to the press conference, so we'll let you go and do that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed. What a day it's been. Many people have all been working so hard together to pull off the Team DSM launch. Thank you to the riders here in the studio, riders and staff at home, other partners, media and fans, of course, who are all virtually connected with us from wherever you're watching in the world. Thank you so much for joining us once again. A huge thanks to DSM for hosting us virtually in their Innovation Centre. Don't forget to take a virtual wander around the building. You've all been sat still for long enough now. For members of the press, please do join us in the Media Centre, where we will begin our press conference with the co-CEOs of DSM, Geraldine Matchett and Dimitri de Vries, and the CEO of Team DSM, of course, Ivan Spakenbrink, and that will be in about 5 minutes' time. And then afterwards, on to the individual interviews. If you have any last-minute requests, please do send a message to Emily Brameyer. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you there, and we'll see you in 2021.